Hi, Trevor here, reflecting on Live at 3 Music. Welcome and thank you for stopping by. It's fantastic you are here. Well, I trust you enjoyed my last video on Dan Bremnes and through his song Where the Light Is. We talked about the fact that when our lives are in darkness and it can be already gloomy and hard, we need to grab any light we can find and hold on to it. Trust you found that one an encouragement. Well, we're going on to a guy today that was born in 1951 in Peoria in Illinois. Now, this guy is an incredible songwriter. Oh my goodness. You know, we have songwriters and then this guy's just a step above, really. Very much the soft rock genre, but he's a multi-instrumentalist. And between 1972 and 2009, please note that date, 2009, 16 studio albums, 3 live albums, 7 compilation albums, 21 singles. Now, as I've said, silky smooth vocals, this guy, and his guitar work is pretty good, I must say. The guy we're talking about is Dan Fogelberg. Now, a little bit of sadness about Dan Fogelberg is he did leave this world in 2007, and one of those albums was released after his death in 2009. In fact, his widow at the time, Jean, 10 years after Dan's death, did release a tribute album, and everybody pretty much was on it. The Eagles, Garth Brooks, Donna Summer, Boz Scaggs, Amy Grant, just to name a few. This guy has made a real impact in the world of music, and people just had to get together and pay tribute to him. There's a bit of a connection with the Eagles here because Joe Walsh, one of the Eagles, did produce some of Dan's albums. So there we go. Now, I first met Dan Fogelberg through the song Same Old Lang Syne. Now, when you think about Dan Fogelberg, there's a few you can think about, but in particular for me, I go to this song in particular. The story goes, of course, Dan Fogelberg was just so fantastic at telling stories, and when you would hear his lyrics, you'd just get swept away by the lyrics, and you could almost imagine the story happening in front of you. In fact, this song has really resonated with the world because a lot of people have said, oh gee, that happened to me. How did you know? And so even Dan himself has says that songs like these ones only happen few and far between, and he was just very fortunate to be one that actually got it given to him. The Same Old Lang Syne follows the story of a chance meeting between a guy and a girl who'd known each other, previous lovers in fact, and he comes up behind her and touches her innocently on the sleeve, and they get into talking about memories and the times they shared, and they had a drink together, a few other bits and pieces. It's a song about memories, and it's not like, oh man, that life was over and life, I'm glad that bit's gone. No, it was very much a case of, oh gee, what good times they were. What incredible times they were, and it's just really, really good to see you again. You know, it's interesting in our lives. Our lives are made up of moments. Some of the moments are not so good, and we want to forget them. Other moments are kind of like, yeah, whatever, and other moments are like, oh wow, that was just a really, really cool time. It may have ended, but it was a really special time for me. But you know what? Our all of those moments, whether it's the bad stuff, the whatever stuff, or the really, really good stuff, they all make up our lives. And it's those moments that I suppose are part of our journey and shape where we are as human beings right now. So we don't necessarily want to disregard anything that's happened in the past. I think what we do is we pull out the bits that made us grow as human beings, and we take them with us. carry them forwards. Because even if you were like, fired and sacked from a job, there may be some stuff in that work that was like, yeah, that was really good. I actually really did that stuff really well. And I'm going to carry that bit forward me and forget about perhaps the firing bit and just take the contribution I made with me. No one can take that from you. No one can take this stuff from you if you choose to bring it forward with you. If life is just all about, the good stuff, the good times, without any of the other stuff, well, it's not a well-rounded life. Life is full of bits and pieces that happen. And I think it's about acknowledging the fact that they're part of our lives, as opposed to pretending they're not there. Because if we pretend something's not there, it's going to catch up with us eventually. We can only push this stuff so far below the surface for so long that at some point it's just going to get it. It just needs to get out. It's actually not good for it to be there. The best thing is to accept it, talk to someone if you need to, and to carry forward the good bits. That's the way life kind of needs to be. We can't go through life unscathed thinking that life's going to be great the whole time. Life isn't like that. There are going to be times you think, oh my goodness, how did I even get here? This is, oh man. But when we look back in hindsight, we think, well, at least we got through it. At least we were able to live through it and we're out the other side. So let's not disregard any of the moments that we have, no matter whether they're bad, indifferent or good. They are all of what shapes us as human beings. And this is certainly what Dan Fogelberg did in this particular song. I'm sure this was based on a real moment. And he thought, wow, that was kind of nice. It's kind of nice for us to, instead of thinking, why did we finish up? We talked more about, what that special time was and what made that really cool. And so, and because of that, and because of his incredible storytelling ability that he has, the world has resonated with it, that is for sure. So I suppose the encouragement for us right now, if you're in the midst of something that's really hard right now, you're thinking, oh my goodness, just know that you will come out of the other side of it at some point. And instead of trying to push it down and pretend like it's not there, carry it forward, but carry forward the bits that you need to learn and leave the rest behind. Because as human beings, we deserve the best chance of life we can. So I trust that will be an encouragement for you today. Well, on to the clips, and then we've got 3 songs by Dan Fogelberg. As I've always talked about the song, The Same Old Lang Syne. This came off the 1981 album, The Innocent Age. This is a live version, and you may or may not know this song, but it's an absolute classic, and just listen to the story and you'll be swept away by it, that is for sure. Dan has got an incredible ability to write really beautiful melodies, and this one's no exception to that. And while we're on the 1981 album, The Innocent Age, we've also got leader of the band. When you think of Dan Fogelberg, you think of Same Old Lang Syne, leader of the band. He also comments, often this one he will just sing with him and his guitar. He doesn't need the band always, he can just carry the stuff off on his own. And he just made the comment that if he could write any song, this would have been the one that he wrote. And it's very much just the inspiration of music in his life and, the people that have shaped his music career. Because in amongst the albums that he's released, there have been a string of gold and platinum releases. And so he's been quite successful in a music career, that is for sure. And then also the song Longer. Now, I did not realise this was a Dan Fogelberg song. But when I first heard this song, I thought, wow, there's something quite beautiful about this song. This came off the 1979 album, Phoenix. And that particular album sold 2 million copies. And so in the late 1970s and early 1980s, albums such as Phoenix and The Innocent Age, Dan Fogelberg was getting worldwide success at this point. So longer is longer, lab. I have been in love with you. It's just a beautiful love song, this one, and it's one that just really captures your heart and pulls at your heartstrings because the melody is just so awesome. Really good. So what we've got for this particular clip, we've got a combination of live and also some video footage of some of the lyrics in the song. And so put those two things together, you kind of get the story of this song really, really well. So that one's there for you as well. So the links to those 3 songs are in the description below. So feel free to click on Same Old Lang Syne, Longer, Later of the band. Click on all of them, in fact, and just have a bit of watch an absolute awesome songwriter in action. Just singing songs the world loves and knows. And by the way, I've also included my last video from Dan Bremnes too. So if you want to recap on that one, feel free. Well, if you've come back for another video, very, very cool for you to do so, or this is your first time to Life Reflections Through Music, welcome to the channel, and the encouragement always is for you to come back for more. And if all of you have hung around to this point, fantastic. If you, the encouragement always is that if you click on one of my videos, just hang around to the end, because there may be something you may find interesting. Well, that's it for today. Next time, we're going to go on to Dan Hill with his song Sometimes When We Touch, and It's a Long Road is another one of his. So until then, I'll catch you around. Bye for now.